I believe for most men that are working class, marriage would catapult them. If you are already a focused man, a man that's grinding, a man that knows how to make some moves, you get a solid woman. Now you got somebody to help you provide that stability.
You were in a long-term relationship. Why did it end?
Man, I think I was working too much, man. We was touring back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
Detroit was a big market for him.
Yeah, like that shit. So then
invite her?
She was on tour with us, and that became a thing, right? Because now we both into stress. Like, if I could go back, I would have just preferred her not to come. Like, she worked for me on tour. I felt she couldn't really expand herself the way she needed to in this type of orbit, and I respect that. You feel me? So, amongst other things.
What's other things?
Amongst other things.
Like, what's other things?
I probably could have proposed to her. We was together for quite some time.
How long?
We lived together for 4 years. We were together for 7.
That's interesting. 7 years is so what stopped you from proposing?
Something didn't feel right.
Think about how much time the working class man loses trying to chase women.
That's a great point.
Like how much fun you're losing trying to chase. My advice is sometimes you got to turn off the internet because the internet will have you adopting values that don't apply to you. And so now you're like, man, marriage is bad. She gonna leave with half of your $67? We gotta be realistic. We need family. We need structure.
And I'm gonna tell you that shit was validated later. It was something in my spirit that didn't feel something, and I didn't know exactly what it was, and I was so distracted doing what I'm doing that you're not really paying attention. And then when shit got quiet, when it got slow, real shit came out, and I'm like, damn, it was hard enough to deal with this without the ring and without the children. I can only imagine. I can see why niggas be losing they fucking shit when now somebody got a child to pawn with. Now you losing half your money.
And here's the thing, a lot of these men are having children without the safety net of marriage. So my advice is the first part of earning a woman is seeing the need to earn her. And if you don't feel like she's worth you earning, that's not a woman you should be giving your attention to. Because how many women that's not worth you earning did you accidentally get pregnant?
If I had it all to do again and I didn't find out what I found out after we broken up, I probably would have married her sooner.
Right.
Because I do feel like that was my person. But the thing is, I feel like there's multiple people that can be right for you.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
And
okay, so
I'm
there's
looking,
not one person.
it's not one person, but
8 billion people in this world.
What happened to the passport bros? The passport bros used to be really, really loud. Like, remember there was this whole like movement of guys going to different countries, finding a girl there and bringing them back. I don't really hear them be talking anymore. The passport bros, they failed to realize that the girls abroad are just like the Western girls. I'm confused as to why a 50-year-old man would want to find a woman abroad and thinks that that woman loves him because of the kindness of his heart.
I rarely speak directly about money on this channel for a variety of reasons, one of which I'm not a multi-billionaire hedge fund manager or whatever, so I don't have a lifestyle that I can demonstrate that would have people say I should listen to him about money. The second one, of course, would be that people have all kinds of different ethics about how you make money. And so some people say make money at all costs, and other people say
A man got to have a code.
from a Western point of view, we should celebrate what Ace Metaphor has done with his platform. He's turned himself into a millionaire, and he has entertained many people with his messaging and the system that he has created. And no doubt he has helped other people on his panels make money as well. But when you contrast what he preaches on his panels with what he's done with his own life, he's telling men that are blue collar or middle class men that your life is going to greatly enhance itself if you get married to a woman. But he's here on a different panel saying, I'm glad that I didn't get married and that he is still single to this day because he can't imagine being divorced. So if you look at it from a more quote unquote honorous point of view, you could question, is he just in this for the money? And I will leave that to you as to if you believe that's true or not. But the underlying issue with Ace Metaphor and a variety of influencers is that they like to tell people things that are music to their ears, one, and two, easy to accomplish. It's easy to go out into the world and say, if I just find a special woman, my life is going to fit perfectly, or to tell young ladies that you don't need to change anything about yourself. A man has to rise to your occasion. It feels good. It doesn't require any self-sacrifice. And this is where I want to salute Theo Waff. I may or may not become a graduate of Theo Waff University, but if you study with Theo, he will tell you if you want to get a job working cloud, you're going to have to work your butt off. And he says it time and time and time again. He doesn't say that phrase that is always the one that makes my ears perk up when I hear it. All you got to do is. Because that is the beginning of a scam.
But the power stretch, all you got to do is stick it in the closet and forget it's there. The power stretch is $99.95. Subliminal weight loss tape. All you got to do is play this in the background all day, and you will lose the urge to eat unhealthy foods. Yo, fatty.
You don't get paid for effort. You get paid for how hard you are to replace. That's it. That's the whole game. The guy that's working 80 hours a week at the warehouse makes less than the guy working on this laptop 20 hours a week. And some people say, oh, that's unfair. Could be, but it's just basic math. The warehouse worker can be replaced by tomorrow afternoon. It's simple. Post the job, 200 applications come by Friday. But the guy with specific skills, the specific network, the specific knowledge that took years, maybe 5 or 10 to build, you can't replace him as easy. So he sets his price and the market pays it. This is what nobody teaches you in school. They teach you to work hard, show up early, stay late, grind, hustle, but they never teach you the one thing that actually determines your income. How easy or how difficult it is to find another you.
It is with this that I want to say to any brothers that are thinking of coming to Asia to teach English, if you don't have a 2 or 3 year plan for what you're going to do when you touch down in Asia as an English teacher, I suggest you don't do it. And what I mean by a 2-3 year plan is, are you going to get off that plane and study your butt off so that you can become fluent in the language of the place that you're living? Or are you going to start trying to make some contacts? Or are you already studying the language before you touch down? Or do you want to connect with some people or maybe go to college in that country or just get some language knowledge up so that you can make a transition a year or two in? Because if you don't have that plan, you're going to be in a very difficult place where you don't have a lot of leverage. Now, that said, I can tell you that I know many people who have taught English and they've parlayed that into very good careers. And I know others who have remained where they are.
There's 3 levels to it. Level 1 is commodity. You do what everyone else can do. You compete on hours and effort. Your income typically has a ceiling and you hit it pretty fast. Level 2 is specialist. You have a skill that takes some time to develop. Your income goes up, but you're still trading time. Level 3 is irreplaceable. You do what almost nobody can do in the combination that you offer it. At this level, you stop chasing money. It starts chasing you.
This is where I want to make a particular point about teaching English. There are tons and tons and tons of people that speak English at a fluent or near fluent level and can go in front of a group of people and teach them English or entertain them for a period of time and have them going home saying, you know, I'd like to do that again. So being able to do that is nothing special. That is not very much in demand. And so the price of doing that is going to be reflected in your salary. But if you have a plan in place, you can meet people, and if you can communicate with them in their original language, or you can meet people who can introduce you to people who don't even care about English, and you speak to them about business opportunities or schooling opportunities or just things you want to do, your plan in that country in their own language, it can open up different doors for you. I could speak about myself, but it's a bit boring. I just say that I've done translation work. I've done a variety of different work. I've sold things online. I should say I sell things online. I have a variety of things that I can do. And a lot of that comes from the fact that I've met people using Japanese to help set those things up. And I interact with customers online, not in English, in Japanese. And so if you're looking for your chance to go overseas and do some certain things, sure, English is a great place to start as an English teacher, but you are not going to make enough money as an English teacher solely to get by. You have to find a way to make yourself more valuable.
My grandfather told my brother and I, he says, boy, never mistake habit for hard work. Mm-hmm. He said, people do things over and over and think they're working hard. And the analogy I like to use, DC, is like people go to the gym every day and you don't see their body change. Mm-hmm. They're going out of habit. Never mistake habit for hard work. Mm-hmm.
You ask yourself one question right now. Be honest. How many people can replace me by Monday? If the answer is hundreds or thousands, the market is already pricing you accordingly. If the answer is a handful, you have leverage you probably aren't using. If the answer is almost nobody, you name your price. Bro, you got to stop competing on effort. Start competing on value. The hardest workers in the world are often the most underpaid, not because the system is broken, but because effort without scarcity is almost worthless. And I'm not saying they're a worthless person, but when we're talking about to the marketplace, they're capped. Become the man they can't find a second version of. That's where the money lives. That's where you get paid.
I want to start this video with an apology to Theo Waff, not because I didn't graduate his school. It's very possible that I may return and study some more down the road, but I saw an immediate path that I felt I needed to take, and for that I'd like to apologize directly to Theo Waff. But I would like to do that in the Passport OG way. まず Theo Waff 先生に謝罪したいと思います。Theo Waff の授業から卒業しないことからではなく、別のつかむべきの機会が現れて、そっちの方に進んだらいいかなと思ってるんで、中国語に注目することを決めて進みたいと思います。申し訳ございません、Theo Waff 先生。これからもよろしくお願いします。And now, Chinese just for kicks. 我向Theo Waff 老师道歉，不是因为我没能毕业，而是因为我看到了另一个需要专注的机会。老师，我向您道歉。If you really think about it, the reason why Kevin Samuels was such a lightning rod and why he was hated so much is because he was the opposite of Ace Metaphor. He told men and women, and at the end women, which made him a lot of money, what they needed to hear and not what they wanted to hear. In essence, a good portion of what's on social media these days is people telling people what they want to hear, what they're going to resonate with, and so that gives them clicks, it gets them a lot of attention, and it gets them paid. But the difficult thing to tell people is what they need to do. And what many people need to do in this modern environment is to go home after they get off of work and study some more. Study what? That's up to you, because we all have different skill sets. But I best believe if you're bringing your behind to Asia as a person speaking one language, and that one language is English, you better come home and have 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of studying something that's going to add value to your talent set, because English is not enough. It is not enough. You need to grow your skill set or have a plan when you get here, because anyone telling you, hey, all you got to do is X, Y, and Z, that vaunted phrase, all you got to do, they're not telling you the truth. People hated Kevin because Kevin told them what they needed to hear in a world full of people telling you what you want to hear. And that's why I appreciate Theo Waff. If you want to be successful in what he is teaching, you have to study your behind off. And even if I do or do not succeed in that field, what he did remind me of is that if I'm going to speak a third language, I got to carry that work ethic in that direction and push hard, heavy on a daily basis. Because if you're going to be valuable in this world that's coming, you got to be nimble and you got to be skilled. You got to demonstrate that you're bringing something unique to the table. And if you don't, you're easily replaceable, especially in the age of AI. You want to hear what you want to hear, or do you want to hear what you need to hear? Choose one and gravitate to it, and you'll see what kind of outcome comes because of it. Salute to Theo Waff, and salute to all of you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.